I mean, this is the best time. You guys, you were born for this. God gave you the biggest opportunity. You know, coronavirus is going to wipe us out, my generation out. The market crash is going to wipe out my generation. You got clear sailing ahead. Employees don't have to know about money, and entrepreneurs do. And that's why, so is that why we don't teach money at school? He goes, yeah, because employees don't need to know about money. So I said, well, I'm in the wrong place then, because I want to be an entrepreneur. I didn't even know what it was. I just didn't want to be like my poor dad. And so that's why what you're saying to me is some people really want to be employees. They want job security. They want a steady paycheck. They want a pension. And, you know, they just never grow up financially. You know, they look for jobs where an entrepreneur creates jobs. And they're two different mindsets, two different human beings, you know. So that's where it starts. Now you have to look inside your heart, your mind, your soul, and your body and go, am I looking for a job? Am I looking for security? Or am I going to be the person that creates jobs and creates security for other people? Most people can't do that. So they shouldn't be entrepreneurs. They should be employees like my poor dad. But if you look at who didn't finish school, it's a guy named Steve Jobs. You know, he didn't do too bad. Zuckerberg never finished school. Branson never finished school. Michael Dell didn't finish school. Disney, Henry Ford. You know, the people who didn't finish school, but they didn't just drop out. They became entrepreneurs. And I think that's the difference. So those guys who drop out of school, and you see them every day, they're complete losers. You know, they're a loser in school and they're losers in real life. But people see that loser in real life and think, well, because he didn't go to school. Mm-hmm. No, he didn't fit in school. That poor person, that poor guy never found out where his life, where was he supposed to go. So I was fortunate that I had a great teacher, my rich dad. And my poor dad was a great teacher too. You know, and they were great men, very good teachers. But having two dads, I got two different worlds. Do you know what I mean? And so my poor dad kept asking if I did my homework. And I would go to my rich dad's business. You know, I worked in his restaurant, I worked in his hotels, you know, and I played, you know, I'd work in the book, I work in accounting, I work in reception. I just worked all the different jobs. He never paid me. And at the end of the day, I worked for about an hour in his business. Then we play Monopoly. And so we play, he and his son, you know, my best friend and I, we play Monopoly for about an hour, you know, and finally I asked my rich dad, I said, what the hell are we doing? He says, I thought you'd never ask. So what do you mean by that? He says, well, most idiots wait to be told what to do. That's why they're never entrepreneurs. An entrepreneur sees an opportunity that doesn't, you know, and they don't wait for a teacher to tell them what to do because the teachers are idiots. So he says, so why didn't you ask me earlier? I said, well, I was just sitting there waiting for you to tell me why I'm playing Monopoly. He goes, it's about time you asked why I play Monopoly. He says, well, there's a million ways you can go to financial heaven. That's what he said. There's not just one way, you know, I mean, Steve Jobs found his way. You find your way, I find my way. But he also said that there's one of the great formulas for investing is on this board game, and we all know that formula. 4 green houses, red hotel. So today I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm also playing Monopoly every single day of the week. And this market crashing right now, just millions of people are going to lose all their real estate because they went to school. You know, a market crash is the best time to get rich. That's an entrepreneur's mindset. But a loser's mindset, oh, the economy is bad. The economy isn't bad. What I say to young people is the economy is between this year and that year. You know, there's the world out here, but the real crisis is between your left ear and your right ear and your heart. That's the difference. So I look at this crash and I feel for all the guys that are losing their houses, their cars. They're losing everything right now because they went to school, learned nothing about money. But for me, I also go, oh my God, there's so much opportunity coming now. This market crash was made for millennials. Now, my generation, the boomers, we're toast. We're screwed. You know what I mean? Because the coronavirus picks on us. We're out of time. Social Security's bust. Medicare's bust. Our pensions have been robbed. And they still say to you guys, go to school and get a job. I mean, tell your parents to shut up. Change what's between your ears. You millennials are in the best position on planet Earth. The world is open to you, but you got to get rid of the employee mentality. You've got to gain entrepreneurial skills. So that's the difference. And it's just what, there's a crisis out here, but the real crisis is in here. And the crisis starts with, go to school, get a job, pay taxes, save money, get out of debt, buy a house because it's an asset, and invest for the long term in a well-diversified portfolio of stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and ETFs. Losers. Change those words between your ears. You'll not see the opportunity in front of you. Now, I'll say it again. You millennials, you should be praying to Jesus right now for this gift called the coronavirus and the biggest market crash in history. Just think about this, okay? The thing I hear millennials say, oh, I made $1 million. I say, so what? See, the problem is you're still working for money. If you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Rich Dad's lesson number 1 is rich don't work for money. You've got to convert that money into an asset. Now, once you understand an asset is something from the Rich Dad, Poor Dad, assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money from your pocket. The laws are written for the rich. They're written for entrepreneurs, not employees. If you can understand that, you can shift your thinking. So this crash is coming, and I'm getting all excited and going, oh my God, I'm just waiting. It's gonna be another 6 or a year. People are turning in their keys right now. They're turning in the keys to the Lamborghinis or Ferraris. All these guys who had money but no wealth. A lot of them. Your generation has a lot of them. They all flash and no cash. You still think that making a lot of money makes you rich. You're an idiot. I make more money from my assets than I'd ever make in a job. You have to look at all sides of it. My rich dad always said coins have 3 sides: heads, tails, and the edge. And an intelligent person looks on the edge. That's why our schools are screwed up, because they teach you there's right and wrong. That's bullshit. There's always 3 sides. The reason there's war is because you have 2 people think they're right. Marriage is nothing more than 2 people thinking they're right. Arguments are 2 people thinking they're right. So our school systems actually make you stupid, because if you really want to be intelligent, you want to see both sides. You're in the best place at the best time of your life perfectly. Don't wait till you're 65 like the old guys to wake up. The best teachers today are on YouTube. There are some fantastic teachers. I'm on YouTube all the time. If I had YouTube, I don't know where I'd be today. I'd be farther down the road. But you go to school, you listen to some teacher who needs job security and a pension, and teaches you that, people shouldn't hurt your feelings. Oh my God. Wake up. That's not the real world. The real world is mean, tough, and crooked. The point here is you've got to see on both sides of the coin, heads, tails, and the edge. So the loopholes are always good. Now, the reason I encourage gold, silver, and Bitcoin or crypto is because gold and silver are outside the Fed. I'm not saying they're good or bad, but they rip off. They only have one thing, is to make the rich richer. I refuse to participate with the Feds. Gold is a Fed, and real gold, not ETFs. I don't trust ETFs. I don't trust anything paper. All my money goes to gold, silver. If I was your age, I'd be in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, as you know, is open source. It's people's money. So gold and silver are God's money. It was here when God was created. And so when blockchain technology comes out, you guys are now open source, and it's people's money. The Fed can't mess with it. Now, obviously, it won't be long before the Fed comes out with their own crypto, and they're going to do that. But my lesson is I'm not going to change Wall Street. I'm not going to change the Fed, but I can change me. And I'm going to change what I put my money in, put my time in, and all this stuff. That's what I can control. I can't control them. I can control me. So I love gold, silver, real gold, real, not paper, no ETFs. And if I was a lot younger, if I was 25 again, I'd probably be in crypto. It's up to your choice which world you want to see, brightness or darkness. Up to you.